Good morning and welcome to Ask the Expert. I am Dr. Shirlene Reeves and I'm very, very excited that you're here with me today because we have a great topic. Now, when you join the Authors and Speakers Visibility Playground on Facebook, then you get a chance to play three ways. You can be on Ask the Expert. You can be on the Heart-Based Business Show, which we do on Wednesday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. And you'll also have a chance to speak in our Business Mastermind, which is really cool. So that gives you three different levels. And all that we ask of you is that you participate and become a part of the group so that they can get to know you and interact with you. And the ultimate goal is to refer to you, right? So this is a way for you to really get your message out there, get your name out there, and become the go-to guest expert in your industry of expertise. Now, today is really going to be fun because we are going to talk about what you have in your kitchen that can help you enhance your health. And this woman that we're going to meet today, she wrote this book called Pulling It All Together for a Healthy You, or a Healthier You, excuse me. And look at how cute her dog is with its little chef hat. I love that. And we're going to be talking about what she wrote in this book. When she sent me her book, I couldn't wait to get into it. And I read it in about 2 hours. And I refer back to it if I want to do some cleaning and add oils to it, or maybe make a healthier meal. There's all kinds of things that she has in here that are great, great suggestions. And maybe there are even things that you're already using and you didn't know what the benefit was that you had when you were using it. So what I want to do right away is introduce Marilyn Scott to you. She is a naturopath. She is an aromatherapist, an herbologist, a Reiki master, a homeopath, and she's a doctor of naturopathy. And I hope I said that right. So let's see if I can bring her on and have her correct me if I didn't. Hi, Marilyn. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me, Shirlene. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's naturopathy and herbology, and I'm also a certified reflexologist. So.
Oh my gosh. And see, she has so many qualifications. That's why I wanted to bring her on Ask the Expert, because she really is an expert. So Marilyn, tell us how you ended up learning all these different wonderful things. Was it to change your life or change the lives of others? How did that work for you?
I've been doing this about 40 years, so I'm not a newbie at it. And I started out with herbs because I wanted to grow herbs, and I found out that you can eat them and they're like weeds and they keep coming up and coming up. So it was pretty easy to take care of them. One day my mom gave me the Rodale Herb Cookbook, and I found out, oh, you can not only cook with them, but they help you feel better too. So I went to school and became an herbologist because I really got into herbs, and a lot of flowers I was allergic to. So I had roses in my garden at the time, and my grandfather loved roses. I'm allergic to roses. So he came down and he pulled all my roses out. So I had this big area for my herbs. So I became an herbologist, and a lot of the other modalities sort of fell in my lap, but I did go to school to become a naturopathic doctor out in Tempe, Arizona. So that's how I started, Shirlene, and it just blossomed from that. And I've taught a lot of classes. I've been a keynote speaker at a lot of places. I teach breath work. There's a lot of healing modalities that I love doing, and I'm passionate about it. I am totally passionate about helping somebody take care of themselves, because wherever you go, there you are. You can't escape.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Wherever you go, there you are. You're absolutely right. So tell us about, I think the most interesting thing that I found was the lemon oil. I loved reading about the lemon oil. So tell me what it is, what components does it have, and why is it good for us?
It's a citrus fruit, but when you put it in water, it helps it will alkalize your body. It helps with elimination. It helps with if people have colds. It can help clean your house if you're using lemon oil and you mix it with water and just spray it on. It cleans everything. It's very fragrant. You can use it in cooking. You can use it in, like I said, in your water. I just find it's like an all-purpose cleaner, take care of your immune system, all around oil to use. I have a degree in vocal performance. So before I would go on, I would always squeeze a little lemon in my mouth to clear up my vocal cords, because that's so if people are having problems with laryngitis, it helps to squeeze some lemon. Now, if you have issues with that, you can always add a little honey to it or make it into a tea. You can make lemon, honey, ginger, turmeric tea. There's a lot of ways to use lemon. The best way but I put in there, you have to use some of the pith of the lemon in order for you to enjoy the healing properties of it. So it's not just using the lemon juice, but you have to eat some of the pith, because that's where all the nutrients are, believe it or not.
So you couldn't just go and buy lemon juice at the store, because it's probably not going to have that in it, correct?
Probably not. I'm not into that's normally processed or pasteurized or homogenized or something so they can keep it in the jar. I don't know. I like real lemons. You know, if I could grow a lemon tree where I live in Richmond, Virginia, I would. Yeah. You can probably grow a lemon tree a lot easier than I can grow a lemon tree. So do it. You know, and I found in this health food store last week a pink lemon. It's funny now. It was expensive. It was $1.70 a lemon, but it was worth it because it's different. It gives you a little different flavor. Looks cool because it's pink, and it was organic. So I'm going to take some of the seeds out of that and dry them and see if I can plant them, because right now I've planted several different plants. I've planted kale, tomatoes, spinach, and squash, and they're all coming up and they all look beautiful, but I have to separate them because I've got too many in the pot. But I'm going to be doing that this weekend. So
it's really cold where you are, isn't it?
No, it's not too well. It's cold today, but it's going to get warmer.
Oh, okay. So you usually plant those things this time of year, is that right?
Well, yeah, but we had a really warm winter. We had like 80 degrees on some days. It's like really
wow.
Yeah. So
that's warmer than where I am.
Yeah. There were times when we were warmer than you. So, yeah. So,
well, I wanted to ask you something. We have here in Mexico something called a limon. Do you know what a limon is?
Isn't it a type of lemon?
It's a combination between lime and lemon. It's very interesting. And it's a little bit tart and a little bit sweet. And of course, they use it in the tequilas, right? But I love to eat it just, raw.
Raw. I like, I would rather eat a raw lemon than have sugar in my tea.
Yeah.
Because that makes me pucker. I can't have sugar in iced tea. And my business partner always asks for sweet tea. And it's like, I can't do that.
Now, a lot of people love ginger. It's not my favorite. But what are the properties of ginger that help them? And why would they love it? That's another thing I'm trying to figure out.
Shirley and I love ginger. I really do. Ginger helps with your digestion a lot. So if you're having digestive issues, it really helps calm your digestive system down and calm your entire body down to the point where, I've eaten a lot of ginger, but one time I ate too much ginger, and you can eat too much of something, but that's how much I love ginger. But it really helps with your digestion and indigestion, and it's flavorful in your food. If you like it, I love it. So that's why I love ginger, but it really helps with digestion, and it helps you lose weight too. So
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would like to know that.
So start putting some ginger into your food and into what you want to do. When I eat sushi, I always have ginger, always. And
so are you saying that people, if they're having stomach issues, they should start using ginger? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because I sometimes have stomach issues. So, It's really beneficial for intestinal issues. And as a dry spice, you can use it in pastries and cookies. You can use ginger for a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little punch to your sweet stuff.
Awesome.
I
And
just
so,
love ginger.
what would cut the sweet? If you made something and you're like, this is sweet. I don't want the sweetness here. What is it that cuts the sweet?
I don't know. I probably put more of I'm not a baker really.
I don't even mean a baker. I mean, like sometimes you get spaghetti sauce and it's so sweet. And I don't make it that way, but some people do. So what is it you could put in that would cut that?
Maybe more tomatoes. I don't know, because I don't make spaghetti sauce. My spaghetti sauce comes out of a jar. I don't have time.
Says the herbologist.
Yes, I don't have. Somebody really thought I was a gourmet cook, and she said to me this a long time ago. She said, "So how do you make your spaghetti sauce, Marilyn?" I said, "I take it out of a jar." I mean, I don't have time. I don't have time now. Last week I did some baking, believe it or not, and so. But as far as taking the sweetness out of, I would probably just use more tomatoes. That would be just me in tomato sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you use more tomatoes, that's cutting down on the sweet. So you want to put something in there that's already in there. Or maybe if you really want to, put some avocado in there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sweetness.
Yes.
I've not done that, but maybe I'll try that. I made pizza last night and I dumped it out of a jar because I was at a meetup. I was at a pro meeting. So
yeah, there's so many meetings now online, isn't there?
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit earlier about this and how wonderful it is because we don't have to travel.
Yeah.
And for 4 years, I've been telling people, just have your meetings online. Don't bother traveling. Get out of the traffic. There's no point in that. Or, subjecting yourself to the stress of trying to get there on time. Just have your meetings online. And now it's happening all the time. I love it.
Yeah. I had an 8:00 meeting and I got up 10 minutes to 8. If I would have had to get up a whole lot earlier to make it to the meeting if it was where it was. And it's only like 20 minutes away, but you have to allow that time to get up, take a shower, get dressed. Then you have to allow the round trip time. So you're putting a lot of time in. So the beauty of this now is you don't have to put all that time in and you have more time to do Zoom and meet with people. And right now, believe it or not, I'm busier now than I was before.
Yeah, I am too. I am crazy busy. I can't hardly keep up with it. I can't figure that out. But
me too, girlfriend. Me too.
Yeah, I think it's because people have more time and they don't have much else to do other than to connect. Right. And that's what this is really all about, is building relationships. And even in my book, Selling Through Your Heart, I talk about building relationships for financial freedom because we all want to work together if we know each other. And that's what I teach also in our Facebook group, is to get to know each other so that we know how to refer you, which is a whole lot less stressful than trying to go out and sell to people. That makes it really, really difficult when you try to sell to people you don't know. It's so much easier if somebody comes to you and says, I know that you do this. Can you help me with it? Mm-hmm. That's a piece of cake. That's like a gift, right?
It is. It is. One of my favorite products in the kitchen is apple cider vinegar. With the mother in it, because it helps with your digestion. It helps you lose weight, helps you if you have an upset stomach. It's good with cooking. It is very flavorful. So I cut it with water because I don't want it to go burning down my esophagus. But it can help with, if you're eating something that just doesn't like you, it can help with digestion in a matter of seconds after you've taken it. So apple cider vinegar is really good to have on hand if you're not feeling good. If you've got a cold and you want to try to get rid of the cold, you still might have the cold, but you can decrease the time that you have that cold with apple cider vinegar. Wow. And so when you're talking about taking that, how much water to how much vinegar? How do you judge that? I put a teaspoon of vinegar in 2 ounces of water.
Oh, okay.
And drink it down.
Okay.
So it also helps with sore throats if somebody has a sore throat or laryngitis or anything like that. So yeah, I
Wonderful.
love apple cider vinegar. If you don't, but it has to have the mother in it on the bottom so you can shake it up.
Oh, okay.
So
So you mean the mother is what when you say that?
that's the sediment in the bottom.
Okay.
Because it's not pasteurized, homogenized, or anything. Um, it's more raw than anything else. You don't want to get the vinegar, the apple cider vinegar that doesn't have anything in it, because that's really not going to help you. That's already been homogenized, pasteurized, or whatever. You want the stuff that's raw, that has the sediment in the bottom, so you can shake it up. I love it. I use it a lot. If I eat something that doesn't like me, I go right to apple cider vinegar, and I feel a whole lot better afterwards.
Perfect.
Seconds, really. It really helps.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite go-tos in my pantry.
Now, I love pepper and garlic salt. Tell us about that.
Pepper helps assimilate in your system with turmeric. It helps move the turmeric into your system. Pepper is also a great anti-inflammatory. So if you have arthritis or if you have achy hips or whatever, put pepper on your salad or whatever and add some turmeric in it. You know, just throw some turmeric because the pepper helps assimilate the turmeric. Now, I've heard other thoughts on that because turmeric needs to be paired with something. So this other company that I've talked to, they pair it with ginger. So I don't know if that really works. I haven't tried it, but they say, no, we don't use pepper, we use ginger. So you might want to try it. So since you don't like ginger, try it with pepper. Now I make a turmeric ginger tea, but I also throw pepper in it. So.
And what about the garlic? Tell me about that.
Well, garlic is very flavorful, but it also helps with your anti-inflammatory issues. And you can use garlic in different ways, but there's 5 vegetables that people should stay away from if they are having issues with their joints. Okay, they have to stay away from tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, okra, and eggplant. And I was talking to my gal who I'm doing a radio show. I did a pre-recorded radio show on for Sunday, which is going to be 5:00 Eastern Standard Time, and I could put that in the Facebook page. It's TOKOVL radio.com. It's internet radio. And I was telling her, because she said my joints are killing me because it was raining that day. And I said, well, Ray J, you got to get off of the deadly nightshade vegetables. And she says, what are they? And I told her tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, okra, and potatoes. And she says, I love all of those. And I said, that's why you're sick.
Interesting.
It's not always good for us. She says, I don't know if I can get off them. I said, I can't eat ice cream, but I know what happens when I do. I don't eat it anymore. So you got to get used to finding different vegetables that you can eat.
Right.
So it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off, you know. When my allergist said, no, you can't have almonds anymore, I said, that's my go-to in the afternoon. He says, you can't have them.
So why did he tell you couldn't have them?
Because I had testing and I was a 3++ out of 4, so I was flirting with EpiPen. So, yeah.
So explain what you just said. I have no idea what you just said.
I went to an allergist because I'm allergic to a lot of things. And had all this testing done, and the testing came back that I was allergic to a lot of different things, and one of the things was almonds. Now, evidently, I don't really know what it did because I ate almonds a lot, so it probably had to do with my digestive system. And he said, I can't have them. And I said, why not? That's my go-to in the afternoon. But I noticed when I would have them, like almond butter or 6 almonds, which is good for you. You know, you get a lot of protein out of 6 almonds. I couldn't, I just wasn't feeling good after that. And I wasn't paying attention to it because I was busy taking care of people. So then he said, no, you can't have them because when I tested, you know, they have this number testing. If you're a 1, you know, you can eat stuff, but you're allergic to it. So be mindful. Well, I was a 3++. So I was flirting, he said, with EpiPen. And EpiPen is something that you need so you don't go into anaphylactic shock. So a lot of kids, my grandson is an EpiPen peanut kid. So we don't have peanuts in the house.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, you know, there's been such a big deal about peanuts, and I can't have peanuts either. And so could you tell us a little bit about that and why you think so many people are now allergic to peanuts? And we used to eat peanuts like crazy. The whole time I was growing up,
Yep.
we constantly ate peanuts. We ate shelled peanuts. We ate peanuts in the shell. We ate beer nuts. We ate every kind of peanut you could possibly imagine. And now everybody is saying that they are allergic to peanuts. Tell us about that.
It's the way peanuts have been processed. We can thank Monsanto and Roundup and the glyphosites that are in Roundup. And because the Roundup supposedly helps with keeping the bugs away and keeping the plants healthy, what it does is it creates a chemical that is difficult for people to digest. So that's why peanuts, a lot of people are allergic to peanuts. Like a lot of people can't eat wheat anymore. Why? Because of the glyphosate. Well, the glyphosate basically makes the gluten in there a rubber ball. And you can't digest a rubber ball. Nobody can. So for people who have really sensitive digestive systems, a lot of times they can't process the wheat and they can't process the peanuts. And it's all of the way farmers have grown their foods now because of Roundup and how they're taking care of their soil and everything. So Roundup is basically the main reason why people aren't doing well. When I was a kid, when you were a kid, Shirley, we didn't have celiac disease. What the heck was that? Nobody had celiac disease ever.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, people are having issues with digesting the rubber ball in their system. In Europe, they don't allow Roundup. There's a lot of chemicals in Europe that they don't allow. So if people have celiac disease and they go over to Europe and they eat bread, they're not going to get sick.
Well, and it's the same here in Baja. I've always been allergic to eggs. My whole life, I've been allergic to eggs. And I could eat maybe an egg every other week. I couldn't eat it every day. Here, they don't use those pesticides that are used in the US and Canada. And so I can eat eggs anytime I want. And they even look different. They're so beautiful when you look at them and they come out of the shell. They're bright and they're, they look like they're supposed to look. Whereas in the US, when I buy them, they're kind of faded. The yolk is faded and it just doesn't look like it does here. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't have any allergies to the food here like I do in the US. And I can eat tortillas here. I can eat bread here. I don't have any of the bloating or any kind of thing like that because they don't use those chemicals. So that's a really good point that you made.
Yeah. So I don't, because they've closed all the restaurants and the fast food and stuff, I don't go through them right now. I do what I call creative cooking with my husband. Okay. We cook everything at home. I won't go out because, number one, I don't know who is in the back of the house making my food. I don't know how they're feeling. I don't know how clean the facility is. I'm not risking any of that. And I have a friend who owns a bunch of diners around the Beltway, around Washington Beltway and in Maryland, and he's got one down here. He's a good friend of mine, and I adore, going there. It's where I did my book launches. I know everybody there, but they're closed, and they do take out Grubhub or DoorDash or something, but I won't go because I don't. That's not that I'm paranoid. I'm just trying to stay safe.
Mm-hmm. I get that. And that's what they're saying to everybody. Stay safe, stay safe, stay safe. And it makes perfect sense. And I think that even when all of this is lifted from the pandemic, we still need to focus on staying safe. That's really important. And if anything, I think it's brought awareness to all of us at how oblivious we go through life without even thinking. I mean, think of how many restaurants we've eaten at, and we didn't think like you were just talking right now. And boy, I sure do now. And I love that they're having to go through the restaurants and sanitize them all and really be conscientious about providing healthy food that is not contaminated in any way. And even then, we still don't know if it was or not.
Right.
Yes.
So that's why, I do creative cooking at home. I made a pizza last night. I didn't go to DoorDash or any of those or get takeout.
Yes.
I had a pizza crust, I had tomato sauce, I had cheese, and I had some extra spinach that I sauteed the night before. And I just threw it all on there, and it was great.
Yes,
It doesn't taste
absolutely.
like Papa John's, but it tastes like Mama Marilyn. So
I love that. So, for Marilyn, you can go to her website to connect with her if you want to talk to her about what you could do to enhance your health. She's been giving you a lot of really good ideas. And she also has her book, as I said, Pulling It All Together for a Healthier You. And she's also offering, you want to tell them what you're offering?
go to my website and get in touch with me. I'm offering 20-minute free, FREE. I hope you do all do free. I do free. I know Charlene does free. 20-minute consultations to help you with any issue that you have. If you want to know more about boosting your immune system, if you're having anxiety issues or fear, or you're under stress, everybody's under stress. I can help you with protocols that I know on how to reduce your stress, and we can work on that. In fact, I think next week I'm going to do a webinar or a Zoom and invite people to come in. So if you want to be part of that, let me know, because we're going to do a breathwork seminar.
Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds really awesome. Well, Marilyn, our time, like I said, it goes so fast.
Girlfriend, I know.
I just want to thank you so much for being here with me. And I know I'll be talking to you because we are going to put on a series called The Inner You, because all of this comes from within you. And what you experience in life is your own experience. So everybody, I just want to say thank you again so much for being here with me. And please don't forget to join the Authors and Speakers Visibility Playground and come and experience the mastermind and join so that you can get referrals, you can make friends in there. And we do so much. And don't forget those 3 levels where you have an opportunity to speak and share your expertise, just like Marilyn did. I just want to say thank you so much again for being with me. And I look forward to seeing you next week on Friday morning at 9 o'clock Pacific time, and for our next Ask the Expert. See you then. Bye-bye.